Hey, what's up you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to be showing you how I achieved this super easy work professional makeup look. So if you're interested in knowing how I achieved this look, keep on watching. Okay, so to start things off, I'm going to be using a new brow pencil. It's the LA Girl Shady Slim brow pencil, and the color is in medium brown. I wanted to go with something more softer for the brows for this particular look. I'm going to go ahead and carve out the natural shape of my brow, and I'm not going to over exaggerate this brow at all. So I'm just going to go exactly how my brow is, and I'm just going to extend the tail slightly. And then I'm going to go in with my concealer, and the concealer that I'll be using is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Concealer in the shade Natural Sand. And I'm going to use it straight from the applicator, but I'm wiping a lot of it off. I don't want too much concealer. So I'm just going to go in, and you can actually skip this step depending on how neat you filled in your brows. But I like it because it just makes your brows look really precise. Now, you can bring it down on your eyelid and use it as eyeshadow base. The reason why I don't do that when doing my brows is because my lids crease a lot. So I just want to go ahead and get the brows done first. I'm going to go ahead and blend out that concealer with my Morphe M173 brush. Now, to carve out the top, I am going to put some product on a brush. Only because I feel like with the applicator on the top, I don't have as much control as I do on the bottom. It's just something that I don't feel comfortable with. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some of that product, the Milani Conceal and Perfect Concealer, on a brush to carve out the top of my brow. And you're going to blend it out just the same as you did the bottom. Okay, so now that that brow is done, I'm going to go ahead and do the other brow off camera, and I'll be right back. So for the look that I'm doing today, like I said, it is going to be a professional makeup look. I'm going to be using my concealer, the same concealer that I used to carve out my eyebrow. I'm just going to use that all over my lids, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend it out with a beauty blender. And you don't need to go too light on your concealer with this look because it's a very natural, neutral look. Okay, so now that everything is blended, I'm going to go into the Juvia's Place Nubian Coral Palette, the Nubian 3 Coral Palette. And I'm going to be picking up this shade right here, this coral shade, and this is going to be my transition shade. And then I'm going to go into this brown as my crease color. So the brush that I'll be using to apply that is my Morphe M505 brush. I'm just going to go ahead and get into this eyeshadow, and we're just going to start tapping it in. Once I've covered that area with the shadow, now I can start going ahead and blending it. And I'm blending it upward into the brow bone. Depending on how you like your makeup, you can just go a little deeper on certain shades. Okay, so now that we got that done, we're going to go ahead and jump into the other eye and do the same exact thing. Okay, so for my crease color, I'm going into that same palette. I'm going to go into this brown. Now, to each his own, you don't have to have a deep crease. I like a deep crease, so I'm going to go in with my Morphe 433 brush, and I'm going to just get into that color and apply that shade right in my crease and blend it out as I go. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. It's not too dark, it's not too harsh. Okay, so now I'm going to pick back up my Morphe 505 brush, and I haven't applied any more product on it. This is that coral shade. that's left on it. I'm just going to go back into the coral and the brown and just blend it out. And again, I did not put any more product on this brush. I'm just using whatever's left on it. So for the lids, the look that I actually did, that I posted on Instagram, I did a gold lid, I believe. Yeah, the lid that I did with this particular look was gold, but it depends on what you like. You can do gold, you could do coral, you could do whatever. But I'm going to go back into the color that I used. I used the gold out of Juvia's Place Magic Palette. Beautiful gold, very pigmented. So the brush that I'm going to be applying this gold is my Morphe M518 brush. I'm actually going to use a clean brush to blend that out. So that's all you need for the eyes with this particular look. Again, it's a professional look, so you do not want to go in with your eyeshadows. You want it to look as natural as possible. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and apply some lashes. Okay, so I've already moisturized my face. For primer today, I'm going to be using the Milk Hydro Grip, and I just heard so much good things about this, so I had to try it myself. So of course I went to Sephora and I got the little travel size just to try it out, and hopefully it works good for me. It feels amazing. Oh my goodness. I'm going to go ahead and move on to my foundation, but I am going to allow this to dry down just a little bit. It says to dry down for at least a minute, I believe. So the foundation that I'm going to be using today for this look is my NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation and my Black Opal Pore Perfecting Foundation in the shade Nutmeg. I'm going to mix these two shades and go ahead and apply it to the face and blend it out. The brush that I'm going to be using to blend out my foundation is my Real Techniques Instapot brush, foundation brush. Okay, so now that we've got our foundation on and it's looking nice, looks really good, it's still looking like skin, doesn't look like I have on too much makeup. I'm going to go in with my concealer to highlight under my eyes just to wake me up a little bit. And I'm going to use the same concealer that I used for to cover up my brow as well as my eyeshadow base. So while that's sitting, I'm going to go ahead and apply my contour. Now this is totally up to you. You don't have to apply a contour. That's just what I want to do. So I'm going to be using the Black Opal Cream Stick Foundation in the shade Hazelnut. Okay, so to blend that out, I'm going to be using my Japanese 713 brush. I'm going to go ahead and blend out all those areas that I highlighted. And I'm going to be using my Sonia Kashuk Beauty Blender. Well, it's makeup blender. And I got it in a double pack from Target. And you guys have seen these all around YouTube. I've been trying to get these and they've been sold out. So I finally went to Target the other day and they had 2 boxes left. So I grabbed a box. So the double pack came up to $7. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend all of this out. And I always blend out my eyes last. So I'm going to go in with my Morphe brush, my Morphe 504 brush, just to get in the inner corner. Just to make sure that there are no spots that haven't been concealed. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my setting powder. I'm going to be using the Black Radiance Loose Setting Powder. And I'm also going to set around my mouth. Now I'm going to go ahead and bronze up my face. I'm going to be using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Dark Deepest. Same one that I always use. The brush that I'm going to be using is my Japanese 960 brush. And this is also going to set the contour. Now to set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Dark. The brush that I will be using is the Japanese 962 brush. And I'm just going to be pressing that in. I'm also going to go over my contour just a little bit just to make sure that it's not too harsh. So now I'm just going to go ahead and press in that setting powder. I'm going to do the same thing under my eyes. I'm not going to swipe it. I'm just going to press it in. I am going to add some blush. So I'm going to be going into this pretty color right here. And this is called Peach Sparkle. And this is by LaFemme. These are the only blushes that I use right now. Okay, so I am going to apply some eyeliner, and the eyeliner I'm going to be using is the Wet n Wild Multi-Stick, the Color Icon Multi-Stick. So I'm going to go in with that brown out of the Nubian 3 Coral palette. And you really can skip this step if you want. You don't have to apply eyeliner at all. I just chose to with this look. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray. And I overdo it with the sprayer because I want it to look very natural. I want it to look like skin. So I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild highlighter. And this is the MegaGLO highlighting powder in the shade Precious Petals. And the brush that I'm using to apply my highlighter is the Japanese 721 brush. This is the brush that I always use. And I absolutely love it. So I'm just going to apply a little bit. But I'm going to bring it from the cheek up. Now, one thing I do suggest, if you have any type of breakouts on your face in that area, try not to put highlighter there because highlighter draws attention to that area. So you don't want to draw attention to a pimple. I like to layer my highlighter. That's just what I do. So I'm going to layer this with the J.Mazyck Pro Makeup highlighter in Negril. And I'm just going to use it just very little at the highest point. I'm going to go in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Dark Deepest. And I'm going to use that as my contour on my nose. I'm just going to bring it directly from the eyebrow and bring it down. So for liner, I'm going to be using the NYX Suede matte liner in the shade Cold Brew. Now I'm going to go in with my Milani Matte Innocence lipstick. Then I'm going to go in with my Morphe Boho lip gloss. And you know I have to spray my face one more time with my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. So I'm going to go ahead and do my hair and I will be right back. So this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Very simple, very beginner friendly, natural look, but still glam. Definitely perfect for everyday professional look. Most of the products that I use are very affordable. Probably all of them with the exception of 2 were drugstore items. Oh, also I will be letting you know how I feel about this hydro primer because right now that hydro primer got my skin looking real good. I'm really liking it. So next video I will let you guys know what I really feel about the Milk Hydro Primer. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and definitely tap that notification bell so you'll get notified whenever I upload content. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.